Hello, this is John Locke, and today I'm looking at what is the ideal length for a blog post or a page for SEO. And what is inspiring me to make this video today is a thread that I saw in an SEO forum where a person was talking about writing for SEO and having 1,000-word pages. But this person was saying, I am kind of leery of doing that because a lot of people are, if they see too much text, then they don't want to scroll. If it's too many paragraphs, then they don't want to read it. The readers will be scared of reading the entire page. And the author of this post also said that what they have noticed is sometimes pages that are only 500 words, or maybe they're only 400 or 300 words, tend to rank. So let me address this. There's a couple things in here that are true, and there's a couple things in here that are maybe not true. And let's look at first why people subscribe to this belief that longer content is better. So a lot of it can be directly traced to studies that were done. I believe one of them was done by Larry Kim of WordStream, and the other one was done by Brian Dean of Backlinko. And these studies really form the backbone of everybody's belief in longer content ranks higher. Now, there do seem to be a lot of correlations between that. I think a lot of it has to do particularly with covering a topic in depth and having a page with a lot of information and not necessarily having words for the sake of having words, which is where a lot of people believe that their content is skyscraper content and it's high quality content because it's long. And that might not necessarily be the case, because I think as the comments in this particular thread that I was reading were stating, well, why go for 1,000? Go for 10,000. No, man, you're aiming too low. You need to go for 100,000 words. Obviously, these were sarcasm. But there is truth in what this person is saying as far as shorter articles can rank. And it depends on what the query is, particularly. It depends on what the actual search query is. Now, if it's a low competition keyword and there's not a lot of things for Google to choose from, then yes, a shorter page with less words on it can rank if all the other pages that are ranking just aren't really cutting it. But a lot of it has to do with, are people finding the answer that they came to find quickly? Are they finding the answer that they came to look for? Are all the answers that they're looking for answered in this page? Or are they, and we're talking just informational pages here. We're not talking transactional where you buy something necessarily, but you're just talking an informational page, let's be honest. Yeah, if it's a shorter query, if you can answer it quickly, then yeah, it can rank. But I think the key is look at what is already ranking. Look at the actual top 10 and, do a word count check on all of these articles. If everything in the first page of Google seems to have a word count of 1,800 words or 2,000 words or 2,500 words, then yes, that's probably the range that you should be aiming for too. It's unlikely that you're going to rank a 300-word article when on page 1 if everything else on there is above 1,800, 2,000, 2,500 words. It's not going to happen. Another person pointed this out too. It has to do sometimes with the backlinks pointing at the page. That's very true, because I've seen people skyscrape content. I've seen people make the ultimate guide to, whatever it is. But if you have less backlinks pointing at it, less domains, unique domains pointing at it than the top spot or whatever's in the top 10, then no, you're probably not going to rank. But let's address this last thing that this person said, which is if people are afraid or they're scared of scrolling, they see a big wall of text and they don't want to scroll. Now, I think that is a lot of what this person is saying there is a presumption based on their own personal preference. I don't believe that that's founded in any type of scientific study or anything like that. So my thought to that would be, how do you know that people don't want to scroll? How do you know that people don't want to read the entire page. I think if you have compelling content that actually is not only informative but entertaining and gives people something to read that is interesting to them, then I believe that people will read it. And if, look, there's posts every day that are put out there on Medium, New York Times, Washington Post, random industry blog pages, whatever it is. But people find a way to make long form content interesting and engaging and telling a story that's compelling and not just writing words for the sake of writing words. So what I would say is, if you really believe that people don't want to scroll, that might be for particular types of content, but that might be something that you could do to make your content more interesting. Break it up with images, break it up with video, break it up with block quotes. Don't just make it paragraph, paragraph, paragraph all the way down. Do things to, break up the content so people can scan the page easily. If it's just text all the way down, then yeah, probably people are not going to read it. But there's one way to test this, and that is to install something like Crazy Egg or Hotjar on your site, which allows you to record people's sessions, which you can actually, depending on the plan that you're on with these tools, you can set that tracking code in a specific page, and you can actually record what people scroll, so you can watch them in real time, like sessions. And it won't get like every single session if it's a busy site, but you can get a sampling of particular pages, and you can see, where people scroll. Do they just skip through this section and then find something that they fixate on, like a video or a picture, or an infographic or something like that, and then just continue scrolling? Do they pause on certain things that they're reading? You can actually see this stuff if you have one of these tools. Crazy Egg or Hotjar allow you to do this. So I've used this in the past to optimize pages for clients, where seeing, in real time, like, hey, these people actually spent a lot of time on this page, or they spent a short amount of time on this page, or they just scrolled to here and then they stopped and they found what they were looking for and they clicked somewhere else, and you can see where they're clicking too. So my challenge to you would be, don't just use your own personal preference or your own biases when making these judgments. Yes, you might think that a page is too long, you might think there's too much information on the page, but the actual people who are coming to your site, the actual people searching, your actual customers, or people reading your articles might think differently. Or they might find another piece of content more engaging. So my challenge to you is actually measure that and find out. Well, that's about all that I have for this video. I'm hitting about 8 minutes right now. That's probably a time limit for making this piece of content interesting. I hope you got something out of this. My name's John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO. We're here publishing videos every single day for the manufacturing and industrial space. So I would love to see you subscribe. If you have a question, leave it in the comments below. I will answer it in a future video. That is all I have for now. Till next time, peace.